So AI is everywhere. We see that. But what's not everywhere is the accuracy that MediMobile has. We've spent years and years and years perfecting our autonomous coding. We also account for nuances for individual practices. So if there's a certain modifier that groups want added, or I always go back to our cases of critical care, those providers are moving fast. They need to get their documentation done, they need to get their billing done so they can move on and help that next critical case. So what we did was we actually worked with a group of critical care providers to come up with what we call smart phrases, because what we saw in their initial analysis is they were always under documenting the services that they were providing. And so when you have a discrepancy between what's being documented and the CPT and diagnosis codes that are being added to bills, it results in denials. You always want your providers to be reimbursed, or your organization to be reimbursed for the care that they're providing the patients. We also have to keep in mind the various compliance measures that are put in place regarding that care. You don't ever want to violate those. So with AI, we were able to put in place those smart phrases that allow those critical care providers to meet all requirements set forth in terms of billing and coding, but also it makes documenting just a little bit faster. And then they don't ever have to worry about creating CPT or diagnosis codes. We're going to do it for them based off of their documentation. So when working with billing companies, that story does come to mind, because not only are we saving the billing companies the time it takes them to go through and double check the codes, make any adjustments, reach out to the providers, all those different steps, it also reduces the time they have to spend on denials because they decrease so significantly. So, that accuracy that we worked so hard to have definitely sets us apart from others. Like I said, there's AI everywhere, but our accuracy rate, which is always in the 90s, is not everywhere.